I apologize, I am a minute late. I was out there trying to wrangle some chickens. So I know she's out there selling those. We're taking your donations, so we do recommend you grab a few. I know Mrs. Annette was going to mention that, so we'll go ahead and jump right into our Tuesday talk. So I know we've got a couple announcements. Just a reminder to silence your phones. And I know I will hand it over to Miss Annette now.
Good morning. I'm representing the scholarship, Regions Oaks Scholarship Fund. And every time, I just want to thank everyone for all your donations. It's a busy time for us. Our award ceremony is going to be in 2 months. 2 months from yesterday, so we're gearing up. Applications are coming in from our associates. And the evaluation committee is busy checking them all over. So we love all the donations that you've made in the past. We thank you for that. And we invite anyone to continue to make donations. We are a nonprofit organization, so they are tax deductible. And any donation you make may be placed in the mail room in either the north or south building. But today, the chickens have been hatching. Joe Davis started with 144. They were selling, so now she's up to 204. Wow. It's been wonderful. We thank Joe Davis for all of her efforts, and we thank all of you who have been generously purchasing them. This will be the last day, so there are chickens still available after today's meeting, but not on the 15th. That was kind of a misread thing. So, thank you again. Buy all your chickens. The chicken coop's going to close down after today. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Annette, and thank you, of course, to Miss Jo Davis for doing all of that. I told her hands have got to her. That's over 200 chickens, so make sure you grab those before they fly off the table. Oh, no pun intended. Any other resident announcements at the moment? No? Okay. We'll go ahead and jump into some updates. So I know we did not host Tuesday Talk last week because we were hosting our HSD LCS conference. So thank you again for being such wonderful hosts to some of our colleagues and for allowing them to use your area. So we know it's your area, and we appreciate you sharing that with them. They had a wonderful time here. Really enjoyed the food and had a great conference. So thanks again for all of your hospitality. Did you need something, Miss Annette?
Sorry, one more thing.
Sure.
Just real quick. I just wanted to say that congratulations to Linda Wexler, who got the $10 egg.
She's rich. You're $10 richer, girl.
And we're back into the donation.
And back to the well, thank you for your generosity. All right, let's see. So of course, just a little updates reminding you that we have our IHS services. If there's any help you need, they can help with your groceries, your pharmacy runs, your mall trips, shopping trips, any returns or exchanges, all those Amazon returns, post office, craft stores, bookstores and library, and dry cleaners. So anything that you need help with, anything you don't want to deal with, we can most certainly help with that, as well as, of course, pet care, cleaning, showering, dressing, and appointment escorts. So if you need any assistance at all, please don't hesitate, 502 or 503 for Maddie and Christine. And our puzzle winner was Agnes Astley in M103. So make sure you stop by and you get your free services. Who doesn't like free stuff? It's just our weekly reminder to return those carts, wheelchairs, and other items that are being used as community usage. Be respectful to your neighbors and please return those when you are done. So the shred bins are here. Our annual shred bins are here. So if you have any documents that you would like, it is confidential. It is through our contracted company, so it goes right into the bins. It is kept confidential and it is immediately shredded. So the north and the south lobby do have them there, so you can discard any of your personal or tax documents, and they will be here for about 4 to 6 weeks before they come pick them up. So they are here in our north and our south lobbies. Right there by our bunny rabbit, who Miss Rosa continues to sew clothing for. And the other one is there in the south building. So they are here, so make sure everyone knows that you have those for your use. So Miss Margaret, Madam President, had asked me just to kind of mention this again. This is directly from the handbook. Residents are responsible for damage associated with your pets. When outside your home, we ask that pets are kept on the leash and that their wastes are properly disposed of. Residents are requested to treat your pets against fleas and ticks, and pets are not allowed in any of the designated dining areas. So just a reminder, this is straight from the handbook about the pets. Another reminder, I know we've mentioned this a couple weeks now, we did get the notice out, so in the event you are late, if you're not late, don't worry, but you have up until the 10th. I mean, we give you until the 10th, so if you are late after the 10th, we will be implementing a late fee. So just a friendly reminder, your monthly service fees are due on the 1st of every month per your contract, and we do give you up until the 10th. We highly recommend you sign up for EFT, or you might also hear ACH, which is the automatic payment that comes directly from your account. And we can give you those statements. That form will actually be in your statement, and then we also have them at the tables. Just another reminder, first-class mail is not always guaranteed to be delivered by that date, so you'll have to kind of account for that. And then that is our responsibility to make sure we all pay our bills on time. So we did send that letter out. That is only if we continue to have late issues, but that is required by the OIR and Change in Services to give you the 60-day notification. So that's all that document was. It wasn't saying you're in trouble, you're late. It was a general notice we sent out to the entire community per the OIR guidelines for 60-day notification of change in services for implementation of late fees if you were late. I had lots of calls. What happened? I paid it on time. I said, great, fantastic. So just a little update from Evan in Environmental Services. We are going to be focusing on the dining rooms. Friday, April 4th, we'll be doing the dining room chairs, and the upholsteries are cleaned. And then we will plan to be addressing the carpet in the dining venues later this month. So again, as we always like to mention, we're always doing the routine cleaning, but we always like to mention those areas that we are extra focused on. Evan also wanted me to remind you, friendly reminder, that we will do carpet cleanings, $25, and we can do an entire room for only $50. So if you have maybe a wine spill or you've got some dirt in there, that is something that we can help you with. You would just request that service by submitting a work order, and our housekeeping team can take care of that for you. I tell you, it is absolutely fantastic. It's something I included in my monthly housekeeping because I have a little cat. So it really does help, and it's just less work you have to do.
They do a good job.
And they do a good job, that's right, thank you. So just a little from operations, so I think they've been a little busy. 125 completed work orders, 65 remain open. We have been working on the health center repiping project. We're about 90% to completion. ACA, state has completed final approval on our nurse call system in the healthcare center.
Excuse me?
We have installed additional red outlets on that nurse call center, again in healthcare. Final walkthroughs, we are continuing with Blue Team. We are winding down in the IL units, but Darwin is continuing to walk and sign off on every unit with Blue Team every week. Sometimes that's 5, sometimes that's 20. So he is continuing that with Blue Team, and he does a good job of advocating for you, the residents, and making sure that they've done a good job and getting it back to its original state. Continuing to work on the remediation, we have began in healthcare, and once we're done in healthcare, we will move to assisted living. We had a belt on the south tower, which has been replaced as of yesterday. So we got that addressed. We did get the sprinkler heads in the pool area replaced. We are running some new sprinkler heads for some lanais and some new unit turnovers. We have reopened and repaired the floor drain in the gastropub. I know we had to close that down unexpectedly on Friday, but we were able to get that addressed. We've replaced 3 new AC units and new unit turnover, new apartments. And then just a reminder, we've got your maintenance meeting with Chris at 10:30 on Fridays. So just a little update, we're about 85 to 90% complete with the apartments that are identified in phase 2 that requires residents to move from their apartments while the work is being completed. If you feel that you've had intrusion in your apartment and have not heard from Betsy, please do reach out as we are winding down in independent living. So just another reminder, Blue Team's not going anywhere. They'll be with us for quite some time, but we will be transitioning to the healthcare and the assisted living setting. So just a reminder, this is a process that we are really trying to get down, and we want to make sure that our residents participate. This is really important information about our services and about next steps. I know we're all in independent living, but it's really, really good information to know how this entire process works. So on April 22nd at 11 a.m., please join us for the Transition of Care meeting here in the town hall. So it'll basically be following right after Tuesday talk, and that will be with Resident Services Wellness Navigator Kelly, with Carol, our wellness nurse, Kyle Bolden, our healthcare administrator, and Belinda Addison, our assisted living director. So this is a really good meeting that kind of goes over how it works in the event you need to transition, but just for you to know as well. This isn't us telling you gotta move out of your apartments, but this is us letting you know what that process looks like in the event you need additional care. And so it's just really good information. We highly encourage attendance on this. So this week in activities, we have a lot going on. Ginger and Sam are always busy. So we've got Wednesday, the 9th. Yeah, right there?
I'm throwing my book around.
Throwing your books, she's throwing books at me. So we've got our trip to Tampa Bay Downs, 11 a.m. pickup, and it's not too late to sign up. Wednesday again, April 9th, we've got vocal cords starting at 12:45 in the town hall. Thursday, April 10th, we have our Pump It Up for Parkinson's event. It's 8 to 4 in the fitness center. Sign up on the trip tables for your 15-minute slot to help fight the disease. Reminder, of course, Thursday, April 10th, monthly cocktail party starting at 3:30. And then Saturday, April 12th, Doug Deutsch, the pianist, will entertain you in the Grand Lobby North from 7 to 8 p.m. Then just a little update from sales. So we finished Q1, quarter 1. In the business world, we go by quarters. So Q1, Q2. Quarter 1, we had a budget of 13 sales, so 13 new residents, 13 new move-ins. And we actually achieved 15. So we have 2 extra neighbors than we had budgeted for. So really excited about that. And they had a lot of faith in us because quarter 2, we get 17 new residents and 17 on our budget. So we of course are working on that. I always want to make sure all of our ambassadors, our marketing program, thank you so much for helping all of our new team members, Rita and Julie, and just being such a part of this process. You are 100% the reason for our success in the sales aspect. There's nothing better than a personal recommendation from a resident that lives here. So thank you for all of those that participate and advocate and bring your friends and have them join us and bring them to our sales team to help make this possible. So we really do appreciate it. And then we are going to be focusing on resident referrals and Google reviews throughout this quarter. So more to come on that from our sales team, but that is a big focus. So as a corporate initiative, we have found that resident referrals happen to be, as I just mentioned, the most successful referral. We've done lots of marketing, we've done lots of presentations. There are lots of various marketing strategies, but there is nothing more impactful than your referrals and your recommendations. So again, thank you, and we'll continue to build and focus on that. And then just a little bit from food and beverage. I just wanted to remind you, as we do start to roll into the holidays, just a friendly reminder that those guest coupons cannot be used for holiday meals. Our holiday meals, as you know, are always highly elevated, very good food, very nice presentations, a lot of thought and time and expenses go into those elevated meals. So we're not trying to be mean about that, but those are very special. We want those to be for our residents. Just a reminder, going into Easter, take out 11 to 11:30, and then dine in 11:45 to 1:45. Again, just a reminder for Breezeway dates are Monday the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. And then we'll have Bella Row in April on Thursdays, 4/17 and 4/24. We have our wine club on 4/15, our beer club on the 22nd, and another bourbon club on the 29th. So our Ricky is back with us. He can still barely see, but he is here nonetheless. So he's back to work. He's still getting his eye adjusted, but he's back today with us. So I kept this up here. I know we mentioned it about 2 weeks ago now, but I just wanted to make sure that this was communicated and as a reminder. So just kind of some of the initiatives that we've done. Lots of feedback has been given on health-conscious meals, and I still continue to have conversations with residents about, well, what are we doing about that? Well, here are some of the things we're doing about that. So health initiatives that we've implemented so far are always available fit menu. We have changed to the extra virgin olive oil from the canola and the vegetable oil. We do have our gluten-free options with the logo. We have our always available vegan options with the logo. The dairy options with the logo. Contains peanuts, denoting the logo. And then of course the shellfish. Again, you can always ask for almost any protein to be grilled and sauce on the side. If it's fish with, lemon butter, you can get lemon butter on the side. And then always, if there's any additional, we always want to build upon your needs. Times are always changing. Are new things that come out. We highly suggest that you submit your suggestions to the dining committee and attend these menu chats so we can continue building on this initiative. So really important. Health's important for me. I know it's important for Ricky. So we're in this with you. We want to be able to continue bringing these initiatives forward. So work with your committee, Ms. Candy and her crew, and of course Ricky, and we'll continue building on this for you. So our employees of the month, look at them here. We have got Wyatt. Wyatt Masoto, one of our servers, was actually our employee of the month. So we of course just want to thank him for providing extraordinary service to our residents. And you are the ones that voted on him. So thank you for that. And congratulations to Wyatt. And then just a little follow-up from myself. We are continuing to work on the paving project. We'll have a date set for that soon. Just got it approved from the corporate process. Won't bore you with that. Administrative phones project and our elevator project are all in progress. Betsy and Darwin walked about a couple hours last week and tested the pendants again for some of the locations. Getting much better. What was it, like 50, 60, 70 areas that were real crazy? Now it's about down to 10. So we are still working to kind of get those finites. We're working with the pendant, senior pendant safety, his name's Kevin, working with him to see what we can do about those last few areas, right? When we roll these out, we want it to be accurate. So I know it's taken a while, a little bit with the technology. They said our building's just been their hardest building, sure. Nonetheless, we're working on that and almost there. So I know I've been standing up here saying it what feels like 10 years. It feels like that to us, but we are at least seeing significant progress from many areas that would say you're in the fitness center when you were in S210. So that doesn't work well, right? So we made sure Betsy again and Darwin went and walked, and we made sure that we're getting those as accurate as possible. So more to come, almost there. Now I mentioned this, just that reminder, we are initiating those late fees after the 10th, and we did have that 60-day notice per the OIR sent out to your boxes last week. We are continuing to address our landscaping areas with our landscaper, one area at a time, so thanks for all the feedback, and continue working with your building and grounds on those conversations. I did mention, of course, we are moving into skilled nursing and assisted living for the Blue Team remediation and restoration. We actually have the Blue Team here today, additional individuals, and I will be doing another walk with the carpet, and we will be beginning the carpet again. So all those little red lines you see on the ground in the north building, this is the north building restoration from the fire, yes, we're still on that. We will begin addressing those areas on the 15th. So just FYI, more progress there. Just a reminder for me, I always like to just let you know, I will be out this Thursday, Friday, and Monday. I'll be back Tuesday for Tuesday Talk. So I will be returning that day, but we'll make sure that we still host Tuesday Talk. And then I know you may or may not have gotten wind, nothing stays a secret around here very long, but Chef Tony has gotten another opportunity, so he will be leaving us. So we are, of course, going to miss him. He is working out a 30-day resignation, and we are currently recruiting. We've had some great response, some great candidates, and we've gotten quite a few, so we're really excited. Of course, again, we'll miss Chef Tony, and we, of course, will have the Madam President and the Dining Committee and RoRo Board help make those final determinations on that candidate. So just wanted to make sure we're transparent about that, and we'll continue building upon our food and beverage program otherwise. As I mentioned, Ricky does return today, so he is here. So make sure to give him lots of support. I think he's here with one eye still, but he's here. So we will have our RoRo lunch today in the pub, Miss Margaret, right around noon. So I will meet you all there. And I know we've already talked about the Blue Team restoration, almost done. We're on about last 5 apartments in IL. 3 apartments in IL. So look at that. We made it, y'all. You all. I did just want to remind, I know it's we've mentioned it, but it's still being asked. We are getting a new roof. That is part of the project, so more to come for that, but we'll move into that. I continue to be asked, and we are going to be sealing and caulking. Again, that is slated for about April or May on Blue Team's timeline. As we do move into skilled nursing, we are having to take beds, what's called offline, basically just closing down those rooms for restoration. So we're not closing down skilled nursing, we're not firing people, we're not selling, none of those things are happening. We are taking about, right now we've got 3 rooms, which is 6 beds, so 6 potential residents. And we're building up to 6 rooms, which is 12 beds. So in a 60-bed skilled nursing, 12 is a significant amount. But that is the amount we need to do based on the timeline of the project. So we will be taking about 12 skilled nursing beds offline so we can get in there and remediate those areas. They're taking a little longer. A lot of them are still, they still have wallpaper from when it was built. So taking a little longer, but lots of work will go into that. They are on an expedited timeline because those beds are very important. Those are for our hospitals. Those are for you when you discharge from the hospital. So we are working around the clock to get those done so we can have that quick. But just want to make sure that we are clear that we're not closing down or any of the things or any of those type of rumors that happen. But we are just getting in there to remediate, and the goal will be 6 rooms. And then really just another reminder, Blue Team will continue being here for any questions. We will discontinue that practice once we're done in independent living, so probably another week or 2, and then we'll probably have them over to healthcare to spend most of their time there. So other than that, a whole lot, huh? Mouthful? 2 weeks worth at least. So any questions or comments to any of that? Yes, Miss Annette?
Just wondering when you will start taking reservations for guests, family, or someone coming in. Do you have any sense about that?
So probably right around over the next few weeks. We're trying to get these last 3 apartments going, but pretty soon. Yeah, shortly. In the next couple weeks. Yes, Chris?
On the dining, you had in there about going to menu chat and talk to the dining committee. Where does the QR code on the table tents, where does that come in?
So those should still be on your tables, and you can give that information at any point in time. So you can upload your feedback. That's the My Customer Voice. You can put it there as well. Absolutely.
Who does it go to?
It goes to the My Customer Voice reports, and then myself and Ricky and Dustin pull those reports. But yes, you can most certainly, thank you, that's a very good point. You can most certainly leave your feedback there as well. Yep. Thank you, Chris. Any other questions? Okay, well, happy Tuesday. Go get your chickens before they fly the coop.